Hello folks, this is Neil from I Will Always Love Video Games, and I'm here with a quick first impressions video for Saints Row 4. Keep in mind this is not a review. I haven't completed the game. I haven't even gotten very far in the game. I've only played for about 2 hours, and that's why this is called First Impressions. I'm going to give my impressions so far on the game. First of all, I love the Saints Row series, and I was a big fan of Saints Row the Third. I played through Saints Row the Third 3 times. I played through it twice on my 360 for 2 different accounts, and then I played it again on Steam, and I just finished it before Saints Row 4 came out, so I could transfer my character. As of right now, and it is launch day for Saints Row 4, August 20th, I was having major problems uploading my character and downloading it from the community site. I don't know if there's a problem, but I mean, I had the formula for my character anyway, and since the engine is pretty much the same from Saints Row the Third, I was able to recreate my character without any problem. And speaking of the same engine aspect, I cannot stand the haters on Saints Row's official Facebook page. Man, it's the same engine as Saints Row the Third. They didn't do nothing to fix the game. They didn't do nothing to change it up. It's the same engine. I ain't paying for the same engine. If any of you have said that, and you've bought a Call of Duty game in the past couple of years, past 4 titles, then you need to shut up because you've been playing the same engine for the past 4 years yourself. So don't even try to use that argument. Also, if the engine is not broke, why fix it? Many of the same aspects from Saints Row the Third are in Saints Row 4, including the formulas for character creation, customization, but they've tweaked a couple of things. I really like how they added customization for weapons, and the fact that customizing your weapon with a skin doesn't cost anything. Wonderful. I shouldn't have to pay any kind of money in-game or, real world to customize a weapon with a skin. Good job with that. There are a lot of reused hairstyles and outfits and such from Saints Row the Third, but there are a few new things, and I don't know if anything wildly different appears later, because remember, this is a first impressions video. I've only been playing for about 2 hours, so I have no idea if there's anything extra or, new that comes later on. The beginning of the game, very different. I don't want to spoil anything. It did not feel at all like a Saints Row game. Let's just say it's very, very different and very linear. I'll give a warning that the first 40 minutes or so, maybe an hour of the game, for those who haven't played it yet, is very, very linear. You don't have a lot of chance to go free roam. A lot of different events happen to progress the story. And to those who were freaking out about, space aliens and what the hell's up with the world and what's with the aliens in there, they give a pretty good explanation as to why everything looks so different and why the sky is black and red and why the buildings are different and why there's all this other stuff. They did a really good job of explaining it, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it is explained. It's not just like, the whole world is different for no apparent reason. There is a reason, and you'll see within the first hour and a half of the game. I don't understand the people that are hating on this game, mainly because of the fact that they're aliens and superpowers and such. To me, it seems like a natural progression for the franchise. I mean, think about this. Really think about this. The first Saints Row, very grounded in reality, very GTA ripoff, and you're a nobody who works their way up to becoming the leader of a, very powerful gang. Second game, they started to add some silly elements, but it still had a level of drama. Characters got killed. There was some real serious stuff going on there with a slight tinge of humor. It was still trying to find its footing. In Saints Row 1, you were nobody. In Saints Row 2, you started taking on the cops and taking on rival gangs and so forth. In Saints Row the Third, you become a celebrity, and you're taking on basically the press, the media, more new gangs, more cops, and eventually the government, really, with Stag. You're fighting. Really, just the forces are growing and growing. So it seems to be a natural progression at this point that you went from nothing to being a gang leader, to being a celebrity, to being an icon, to being a hero, and then you become president. You have a real position of power, so who else is there to fight you? Somebody from outer space. So the progression seems to make sense. So I don't understand the people complaining that the game has lost its roots and it should be a street gang game. I am really glad that this series decided to find its own footing and just said, you know what? fuck it. We're going to do whatever the hell we want. We don't care what people think. We're just going to try to make a game that's fun and not try to keep it grounded in reality or try to keep it along the lines of other quote-unquote serious sandbox games like GTA. If I want a serious story-driven, dramatic experience, I will play GTA, and I plan on getting GTA 5 as well as Saints Row 4 because it looks like a fun game. I want to get it. But I don't play Saints Row for drama or for serious stuff. I play it to go hog wild, balls to the wall, just go fucking nuts and do whatever I want. And this game, so far, within these 2 hours that I've played, is delivering on that strongly, very strongly. If you enjoyed Saints Row the Third, you are going to love this game. Granted, you don't carry over all of your stuff from Saints Row the Third. You don't carry over your weapons. You don't carry over your health and combat abilities and damage and stuff like that. But they give an explanation as to why you don't have those things. And again, it makes sense. You'll see once you play the game. There are also a few improvements, stuff that I'm really happy about. For example, when you steal a car in this game, you don't have to find a Rim Jobs or a Saints HQ in order to save it. You get to save the vehicle. I'm not going to explain how it works. You'll see when you play the game. You get to save the vehicle. If you're in the vehicle, you just hit down on the D-pad, and you'll basically just save it, to access later. I mean, who needs a garage when you can just materialize a vehicle around you? That's pretty much what it does. This is just a little personal thing that I like, but when you play specific side missions within the world, sometimes they'll show your character fully animated on the completion screen. I know it's not a big thing, but it's just really cool to see your character there instead of the little saint symbol and the little thing spiraling around it. It's cool to see your character animated for the hell of it right there on the screen. It's a little thing, but it's just one of the nice little touches that Volition decided to add to the game. The superpowers are awesome. Looks like there's slots for something like 9 of them or more. I can't really remember. I've only gotten 2 so far. You get 2 superpowers within like the hour-and-a-half mark of the game. So you get them very quickly. And even though they're not upgraded fully, they're useful just the way they are, to search for your clusters a la Crackdown. And for your wall running and gliding and stuff a la Prototype, there's actually a lot of inside jokes to different types of media. And that's just within the first 2 hours of the game. I've seen references to the movie Armageddon. I've seen references to, like I said, Prototype and Crackdown. But I've even seen references to Far Cry 3. Well, technically Blood Dragon because of the color scheme, but like they have towers. They have towers you have to climb, and you have to do them a certain way. You have to use your superpowers. It's kind of a little puzzle, and you get a shit ton of cash and experience for doing so. And it's really cool to see these things. I know that there are people that are going to say, oh, Volition just ripped off a bunch of other games. Who cares? Some of the best games that we've ever gotten in the history of gaming have come from people who saw what somebody else did and improved upon it. What they've done really works, combining GTA with superpowers, with Prototype, with Crackdown, with Far Cry, having all this stuff smushed together in one game. It actually works, and it works well, and it's really fun to play. I have not been bored yet. I mean, even the linear parts I wasn't bored with because the story is actually interesting, and there's really a lot of cool stuff going on. So for those who are complaining about all the different types of games being quote-unquote ripped off, if you feel that way, then, fine, don't get the game, but, I'll continue to have fun with it. If you want to miss out, go ahead and miss out. So far, with the 2 hours that I've played, I have enjoyed every second of it. And as soon as I'm done this review and I upload it, I'm going right back to the game because I want to get back into the world. It's a lot of fun. I like the fact that the game can still be played the way I want. After doing the tutorial stuff, the first hour, whatever, the linear stuff, I have free reign of the world. I can go everywhere I want. I can do whatever I want. I can get money however I want, go into any store that I want, customize how I want. I loved that about Saints Row the Third, and I'm glad they kept it in Saints Row 4. If there's one thing I just love this series for, it's total and complete freedom, and they bring it into Saints Row 4 full force. Anyway, I'm going to finish up this review. I think it's fantastic so far. If you're interested in getting it, I highly suggest grabbing it. I'm going to get back into the game. I don't even know how to end this review. I need to get back to the game. So this is Neil from I Will Always Love Video Games. Saints Row 4 first impressions are very good. Pick up the game. It is so much fun. I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. See you later.